All right, I just wanted to do a little quickie thing here. We are in the Deer Creek campground. Now, I stayed in this spot once, and I'll tell you, these rocks right here, they bake in the sun literally all day, and I could not even sit up here. Didn't used to be two spots here. It's a popular campground, and I'm sure they made two, but used to be one campground, and the table was right up by the rocks, probably where these bushes are now. Whew, it was hot. I had to park over here across the way. Really, what caught my eye was this cottonwood here. Boy, what would you say? 12, 15 foot circumference probably, or more.
Yeah.
I'll bet it's more like close to 20 foot circumference. Go stand by it. Get Carol to stand by it here, and you can get an idea just how big this sucker is. Yeah.
And I'm 5'9".
Yeah, it's probably a good 6 feet then across, so it's probably 20, maybe close to 20. But there's several spots here. It's a nicely wooded area, so there is shade, which out here is a nice thing. I'm gonna go look down the other way here. There is a creek here. Not much water in it right now. But let's go down here. So you can see here how the road goes into the water, and then you would actually go in, drive down the creek, and you come out over here. When I was camping here before, I kept wondering, all these cars were going by me. I was in the last camp spot, and they were going by me, and I was trying to figure out if maybe people live back here, but here you can see where you would drive out. Let me check Gaia real fast and see if there's private property back there. Well, I did check Gaia, and it is not private property. In fact, what's really interesting is just the strip along the creek here. Just this area is part of the grand staircase of the Escalante. But I don't think the campground is. All right, well, we are coming close to the end. After Deer Creek Campground, we stopped at there. We're coming, should be very soon in the town of Boulder. But it's always amazed me, just these white cliffs here. Sometimes they're like checkerboarded, and sometimes they just have the lines through them. Yeah, look here, straight ahead. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. We are headed into Boulder. So we just ran up the hill and got some gas and stuff, but this is kind of the main part of what I think of Boulder. Straight ahead is a restaurant. It used to be just a diner. There's an art gallery next to it. Now here's a lodge and Hell's Backbone Grill. That's really good. It says dinner, so maybe they aren't doing breakfast anymore. But excellent, and also very expensive. There's a place called the Anasazi Ruins, something like that. Yeah, it's State Park ahead, it says. Anasazi Indian Village State Park. Anyway, I did it once, and if you've been to ruins, I wouldn't waste your time. If you haven't seen a lot of ruins, it's fun. So we've climbed up to about 8,400 feet or so, and the stands of aspen here are just wonderful. Obviously, it's early in the year. I've been here for almost 40 years, every spring and fall. And some of the falls, you'd come and it would be like this, bare trees. Sometimes it would be absolutely gorgeous color. In fact, the roads would just be covered with yellow and orange leaves. And then other times you'd come and just be green. Looks like they've had a big fire up here. A lot of the hills are bare. Seen a lot of charred trees. See, maybe straight ahead. It looks like that whole area just looks charred. Man, bare, burnt to the earth. I mean, that's not normally the way it looks up here. This was our turnoff for the camp spot we're intending for tonight, but we have seen snow, so we're not sure. But I'll tell you one thing. See the drinking water sign right there. If it's running, some of the best tasting water, and looks like there's no water. What? There's just a pipe.
Oh,
It's not even,
no, there's not a way in the. Oh, there's no way to turn it on.
well, there's no spigot, anything. Well, we're not going to get water here. Well, we are on our final approach to the camp spot. It's been rocking and rolling. This road, if I didn't mention it earlier, continues on all the way to Capitol Reef. Comes out in the southern end of the main drive down the center of the park. It's four-wheel drive. When I did it, I wouldn't say it was like real technically difficult, but there was one spot you're like leaning way over, and I did it from Capitol Reef here. That's how I found this spot. I was leaning so far over, I was looking straight down an 800-foot drop with the, felt like Carol would have been like 10 feet above me. I mean, it was
I was
really
not with
scary.
him, obviously.
She was not with me.
Told me about it afterwards.
Yeah. Our camp spot is right down here. Yeah, this is it right here, folks. Oh, isn't this gorgeous here? Hopefully I'm not sinking into mud.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna get out and walk around a little bit.
No, I think it's fine. All right, I'm going to sign off here, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, well, you saw us drive into our boondocking spot here, and we didn't drive in too far. It was a little soft in places, so we decided it would not be a good idea to go too far in. Now, I'm going to show you down here. So we were here one other time, and Trigger saw a couple dogs come around here. And he kind of remembers things that happened where we've been. So he's been looking and trying to get those guys to come and visit. So this is a great little place. We call this camp spot Tantalus because of the creek, which is Tantalus Creek. It looks obvious to me that it may have run a little larger than this, as you can see all the wet bank here. But this is just about the way it is every time we come, how much water's coming down. And it's kind of cool. There's like a couple of different canyons here. So right up over here, there's just a short little canyon, just a few hundred yards, and it kind of, I guess you could keep climbing up and through it. Okay, so here we are looking back. Great rock formations back there though. And this one does have a little creek. I don't know that it's always running, but it is today. Looks like maybe it rained the last couple days. But here you can see where the grasses have been pushed down, like the water was flowing a bit heavier. The runoff here, it's always just fun to look at the patterns. And if you notice these rocks here, I was sitting in a chair once kind of pondering these rocks and saying, there's gotta be some petroglyphs here somewhere. And I don't know what got me to do it. I looked way up at the top there. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it. It's in the shadow areas there. There's a figure, and to his left, there's a bow, an arrow, or bow anyway. Might have an arrow in it. And I think there's a corn stalk or something. But I did fly the drone up there just a little bit earlier. And I got in a little closer, but it's really hard to tell with the shadow up there and looking at the small screen. So I guess when I edit, I'll find out what else might be up there that I didn't know was up there. I'm not sure there's going to be much else for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.